Hi children, welcome back to the lesson separation of substances. So in this we already started discussing about different methods of separation. In that we completed threshing by hitting to the hard surface. We removed the grains and solids, and as well as winnowing by allowing the air, the lightweight husk and grass pieces, they are going to be get separated. And hand picking, whatever the stones and harmful insects are present in the pulses or grains can be separated by hand picking method. So we discussed about threshing, winnowing and hand picking. Three are completed. Now let us see the new method, new separation method, that is sieving. What we call that is sieving, sieving. So here in sieving method we use a device called sieve. What it is called? Sieve. Sieve is a shallow vessel. Shallow vessel. At the bottom it contain. At the bottom it contain holes. At the bottom it contains holes. So here these holes allow us to separate the materials. Here we use the sieve. We use the sieve to separate the material depending upon their size, difference in the size. So depending upon large size or small size, we could able to separate the material. So for example, if sugar and rice, both of them they mix it together, sugar and rice, then by using the sieve, what you can do, when you shake the sieve, then what happens, the sugar the sugar it falls down from the sieves, means from the holes. Sieve is nothing but holes. It may be made up of metal mesh or otherwise to the metal they makes the hole, right? So however the sugar size is very smaller when compared to rice, so that if you use the sieves which are equal size to the sugar, then sugar crystals only they comes down and rice will be remain in the sieve because of its size. So here sugar is small in size and rice is big in size. Like this we can able to separate the material by using sieve. So here the main concept is that the sieve of different sizes of holes is used to separate the different substances depending upon their size. Okay, so this sieve holes, sieve size is nothing but the size is varies from sieve to sieve, right? So here this sieve it has smaller holes which can able to filter or which can able to allow the small particles, right? For example, you went and you bought the wheat flour from the market. What happens in the wheat mill, when he grinds the wheat, when he converting it into flour, then what happens, some impurities and some stones or otherwise some other impure material they enter into your flour. So when you sieve it perfectly, then what happens, the fine flour comes down. What it is called? Fine flour. So the fine flour comes down, and as well as here in the upper surface you could able to see coarse fall. That is what you call wheat bran. We call it as wheat bran. So the wheat bran it appears in the top, and the fine flour it comes down through the sieves. And as well as even we can use this sieve to separate the fine sand from the coarse sand. Here if it is a sieve, actually this mesh is made up of iron. It is iron mesh, iron sieve, through which the builder is going to run the sand over it. So what happens here, the fine sand which is used for the plastering, to plaster the wall, to coat it, to finishing coat, can be done by fine sand only. It is done by fine sand. But here sand is a mixture of pebbles and as well as fine sand. to separate those small, coarse sand and fine sand, we use sieve. Here it is a iron sieve from where we are going to separate the fine sand and coarse sand. Have you got it? Right? So like this, by using sieve, we can separate the material depending upon their size difference. Depending upon their different sizes, we could able to filter the we can able to separate the substances. So here what we are getting means we are getting the desirable product, and as well as we are removing the undesirable product. So that is why we are using the sieving technique. Next, come to another technique. Here just listen to this example. Take a beaker and add some water to it, then add soil sample to this. Add soil sample. When you add soil, just you mix it, then what happens? It totally becomes soil solution. It becomes soil solution with all the impurities it contains. Right? Now what happens if you keep this soil solution for 1 hour without any disturbance? Do you know what happens? Simply here it is the beaker and you kept it for 1 hour without any disturbance. Then what you are going to notice, all the soil particles, they are going to settle down at the bottom of the vessel. They settles at the bottom of the vessel. Means when you mix the soil sample, it becomes a soil solution, but later the solid particles which are not dissolved in water, they slowly comes down, nothing but they slowly reaches to the bottom of the vessel. So the movement of the solid particle which are not dissolved in water, this is what we called sedimentation. What we called sedimentation. Sedimentation. So the next process is sedimentation. In sedimentation, what we do, we allow the insoluble solid particles. Here purely we allow the insoluble solid particles to get down and reach the bottom of the vessel. So that here the particles, they reach to the bottom of the vessel. Means definitely you should remember one thing here. The particles are insoluble. It is possible whenever the particles are insoluble, then only they reach to the bottom of the water, and that too they should be sink in the water, and they should not dissolve in water. They should not they do not dissolve in water. If they dissolve in water, it is very difficult to separate them. Means it is very difficult to get the sediment. Why? Because here the soil sample contain some sand particles and other soil particles, so that they didn't dissolve in water and simply they settle down at the bottom of the vessel. That is what we call sedimentation. Okay, and in I will post you what you call an experiment depending upon this sedimentation and filtration. I will show you how to separate the material. So however, sedimentation means here the material should be what you call, it should not dissolve in water, it should be insoluble. The solid should be insoluble. Then only it is possible to sediment and separate it. So after sedimentation, what we have to do, simply take another beaker and keep an iron rod in slant position, and now pour the content of the beaker. This is the soil sample, and empty the water through the iron rod. So here what we are doing, we are pouring the water in order to separate the two layers, soil layer and water layer. So this is what we call the decantation. It is called decantation. So we did two things here. What are those? Sedimentation and as well as decantation. By sedimentation we allowed the molecules to settle down, and by decantation simply we removed the top layer of the water. And here remember, the solid should be insoluble, and it can be done for the liquid mixture also. That too, the liquid mixture should be immiscible mixture. Means, for example, water and oil. So oil floats on the water, and this is the water layer. So simply we can able to remove, this is oil and this is water. We can separate them easily by decantation method. But whereas if they are miscible, just imagine if they are miscible, we are unable to separate them. Alkaline water, they are miscible, it is not possible to separate them, right? So like this, sedimentation and decantation can be used for the insoluble solids and immiscible liquids. Insoluble solids and immiscible liquids, whereas we are unable to use them for the soluble solids. For example, if you add sugar to the water, it's soluble. After solubilization or after dissolving of sugar, we are unable to separate the sugar, and we never allow it to settle down because it is already dissolved in water. We are unable to see. Like that, miscible liquids, they mix together and we are unable to find where they are actually. So to do the sedimentation and decantation, we need solid insoluble material and liquid immiscible material. Then only it is possible to separate by sedimentation and decantation. Okay children, in further class we'll discuss how to separate the materials in different methods. Thank you.